Hi, this is Mike Eastman. You know, back in the 90s, I documented 3 big Wyoming mule deer. The first one was Morty, that my brother took photos of. The second one was Popeye, who was over 40 inches. And the third one of the Wyoming living legends was Goliath, that a friend of mine videoed. Now, these 3 bucks were found in public land and were hunted with a general license in Wyoming, but only 1 buck, and that would have been Goliath, was ever harvested during the season. The other 2 basically died of old age. So let's go look at that footage of what I call the Wyoming living legends. You know, for the last 40 years, my family's been filming winter range mule deer in Wyoming. The last 10 years, I've been documenting 3 great big mule deer. We call them the Wyoming living legends. These bucks are found on public land and been hunted, and 2 of them have never been taken. Morty and Popeye and Goliath. Out of the 3, Goliath was the only one that was taken during a hunting season. Now, I have some rare footage here of these bucks over the past several years, and you'll be able to look at their antler growth. It's really some rare footage. One of them, Popeye, is over 40 inches. So come along with us and you'll get a rare treat to look at these huge mule deer year after year on the winter range. And these are public land deer that have been hunted. Let's take a look at Popeye 94. He's 37.5 inches wide. He has a 207 main frame and a 245 non-typical gross score. Eddie Bull's got his antlers. Now, I filmed him in the year of 95. This is what he looks like. He has over a 220-inch main frame. He's got a 29-inch inside spread, a 37.5-inch outside spread. He grosses 238 non-typical. Let's look at him in 1996 in the high country in Wyoming. Mark McCord photographed him here. He's got over a 41-inch outside spread. His main frame went down to 217 gross from the previous year, but his non-typical gross score jumped up to 250. Now, there was a lot of guys hunting Popeye that year in the high country, but nobody took him. Suddenly, in November on the winter range, here he shows up with that 41-inch outside spread. You know, nobody ever took Popeye. He died of old age. How do I know? Is because Eddie Bull is one of the few guys I know that could look at Popeye without his antlers and know it's him. And we had a bad April storm come in, and Popeye was 11 years old and just didn't make it. But what a great deer. Now let's go and look at the first buck that started all this, which is Morty right here. This is the last year of Morty's life. His main frame was 217 and his non-typical score was 231. How do I know this? Some friends of mine have his drops. This is what he looks like. He's a big Wyoming mule deer. He's different than Popeye. He's only got a 36-inch outside spread, but he makes it up with really good main frame. You know, he come on the winter range 4 or 5 years. The next buck I'd like to highlight is Goliath. David Long videoed this buck 2 years in a row. We're looking at the first year that David captured him on video. Now this buck has one of the best main frames ever videoed. If you notice there, his main beam is busted off on one side. We think that either it broke when he was fighting or perhaps a hunter shot it off during the hunting season. Now I want to let you know that this is one of those bucks that is found in public land and is hunted. In fact, the 3rd year after taking this video, a hunter from Utah took this great buck here in Wyoming. It's the only one of the living legends that was ever taken during hunting season. The other 2 were never taken. They died of old age. This buck has over a 217 main frame. His outside spread is 37-38 inches wide. His back tangs are over 19 inches tall. Now the second year that you're looking at right here, he even gets bigger. This is truly one of the finest typicals ever videoed. If you notice there, the mass on him is unbelievable in those back tangs. But if you look there, this is just one great typical mule deer. Let's just kind of take a look at him here. He does a lip curl because he's rutting. Well, how do bucks like this make it through one hunting season after the other without being taken? Number one, they become nocturnal during hunting season. The second reason, I believe, is a lot of these bucks find a hidey hole to hide in during the hunting season. You got to take those two things into consideration and adjust your hunting strategies for that. Look at this buck. Isn't he something? He turns here. Can you believe that a mule deer will grow a set of antlers that large?
We hope you enjoyed this week's video. Make sure you subscribe to the Eastmans YouTube channel.
And we'll send you an email every time we post something new.